In this video, we are going to look at factorizing simple algebraic expression. First of all, we need to understand expanding and factorizing are inverse operations. When you want to factorize an expression, you need to find the highest common factor of the terms and then write it outside the bracket. Divide each term by the highest common factor. In short form, we say HCF. And write the answers inside the brackets. To check that you have factorized correctly, expand it. Example 1. Factorize 5x. Now 5x is a term. It's only one term. So how to factorize 5x? We can write it as 5 times x. Example 2. Factorize 7x plus 21. 7x plus 21 is an algebraic expression because there are two terms. Now, highest common factor of 7x and 21. Now, if you look at the factors of 7x, 7 times x, and factors of 21, I can also write 7 times 3. So the highest common factor is 7. So you write 7 outside the bracket and then divide each term by that 7. So 7x divided by 7 is x. Write plus as it is. 21 divided by 7 is 3. So that's factorized form. Example 3. Factorize 14m squared n plus 21mn squared. I will find the highest common factor separately for numbers and the letters. So we have numbers 14 and 21. So 14 is 7 times 2. 21 is 7 times 3. So the highest common factor is 7. Now for letters, m squared n, mn squared. So I could write this as m times n, and mn squared is m times n. So the highest common factor in terms of letters, we have m common, we have n common. So the highest common factor is 7 for numbers and mn for letters. So we write 7mn outside the bracket and divide each term by 7mn. 14m squared n, when you divide by 7mn, gives you 2n plus, 2m, because m squared divided by m is m. Now plus 21mn squared divided by 7mn gives you 3. M gets cancelled and n squared divided by n is n. So that's our factorized form. Example 4. Now look at highest common factor of -6. Actually, I will just say 6 first and 22. So that's 2 times 3 and that's 2 times 11. So highest common factor in terms of number is 2. Now if you look at x squared y and x cubed y cubed, I could write this as, so if you look at both, we have x squared common because x cubed can be written as x squared times x, and y cubed would be written as y times y squared. So we also have y common. So the HCF Highest common factor in this case is 2 from the numbers and x squared y from the letters or the variables. However, you need to be careful when the first term is negative. We should write negative term outside the bracket. So in this case, negative 2x squared y. And remember from expanding, when there is a negative term outside the bracket, the sign inside changes. So same here, when you take a negative term common outside the bracket, the sign of the terms will change. So if you divide 6x squared y by negative 6x squared y by negative 2x squared y, that gives you 3. So the first term was negative, now it is positive. Now if you divide positive 22x cubed y cubed by negative 2x squared y, that will give you a negative sign here, and 11. Then we have 1x left, and we have y squared left. So that's the factorized form. Example 5, factorize r squared st plus qr squared s. So this is squared, actually r cube s, if I write clearly, r cube s plus pqr to the power 5. So we have, if you look at the lowest power of r, which is common, is r squared. And then we have the letter s is not common. It's common from the first 2 terms, but not from the 3 terms. Then t also we do not have in every. So only letter common is r, and with the lowest power square. So if you divide the first term r squared st by r squared, we are left with st. If you divide qr cube s by r squared, we get q, r, and s. And from the third term, if you divide by r squared, we get p, q, r cube. Now nothing more common, so that's our final answer here. Example 6. Factorize negative 4x cubed minus 8xy squared plus 10xy. So HCF from the numbers. So highest common factor of 4, 8, and 10 is 2. Now from letters, HCF of x cubed, xy squared, and xy. If you look at, we have only letter x common in all these 3 terms. We write x. So the total HCF is 2x. However, the first term is negative, so we have to take negative factor out. So we write negative 2x outside the bracket. Now divide each term by negative 2x. So that gives you 2x squared. If you divide negative 8xy squared with negative 2x, that gives you plus 4y squared. If you divide 10xy with negative 2x, that gives you minus 5y. And that's our final answer. Example 7, factorize. Now this is different. If you look at, there are 2 terms separated by plus sign. Now what's common between these 2 terms? Actually the bracket a plus b, because a plus b squared is a plus b times a plus b. So highest common factor is a plus b. Bracket. What's left in the first term? A plus b, one of the brackets. What's left in the second term? X. So that's our final answer for factorization of this question.